If you want to have hundreds of millions of credits, you can purchase Forza Motorsport 7 or Forza Horizon 3 credits from the link in the description from Digizani. They provide cheap, fast and reliable credits for as low as £3. You can also use code JAKE for 5% off your order. How's it going everyone? JakeXVX here, back on Forza Horizon 3 once again. Now we're back on the dev build today with another car remake, essentially building a famous, well-known car on Forza. Now some of you may have heard of Cleetus McFarland, I believe his name is. He owns a Corvette C5 and he's completely stripped it into some kind of ridiculously fast go-kart build thing. I'll leave a few pictures and clips on screen right now. As you can tell, it's a ridiculous car. He's named it Leroy, so today we're going to be attempting to rebuild Leroy in Forza Horizon 3 with dev build modifications as well. Now the closest thing to that car on this game is the Corvette Z06 2002. I think his is a 2001, so that's the closest we'll get. However, we can't use that one for this build. Because I want this build to be as accurate as possible, we're going to have to use the ZR1. Now the reason for this is, as you can see on the pictures on screen, his car has his engine exposed. Now if we're going to remake it, we have to do that as well. And for some reason, on the Z06, on this Forza Horizon 3 dev build, you cannot expose the engine. It just doesn't work. It has the horrible graphics. However, in the ZR1, you can expose that engine right there, which looks a lot more like an engine than the Z06 does, trust me. So although it's not the exact same car, it is going to look extremely similar because, I mean, it's similar enough. And I must mention, I think it has about 1,000 horsepower as well, just over 1,000 horsepower, so it's, you know, fast. Now, obviously, we don't want the engine swap. We're going to keep the engine standard because it's pretty much similar to what's already in Leroy. Obviously, rear-wheel drive as well. Now, we need twin turbos because he's got two massive twin turbos on the front of it. He does have a spoiler on it, and I know that looks kind of naff, but we want it to be as accurate as possible, and we'll take it off if it looks silly when we start to remove the car parts. We'll take it off if we have to. The front tyres are actually really skinny. Now, they aren't skinny enough, so I'm going to have to make those even skinnier. Now, the rear tyres, nice and beefy. That's what I like with the rears. Good, good, good. Right, I'm going to go through all this off camera until I think that the car is perfect to his car, apart from the removed car parts. And we'll see what we can do after that. Right, as for the wheels go and the specs go, I'd say this is quite close. The only thing we have left is to start removing the body parts. We have the really thick rear tyres, we have the really thin front tyres, I believe. Yep, we do. I've also decreased the weight by about 500-600 kilograms, so we've shredded a load of weight, just like the real version. I've got the rims similar as well. I'm not sure why the calipers are still blue, but luckily we'll be able to remove those. But yeah, I think we can take this onto the road now and start fiddling around with the body parts. Ooh, it's nice and fast. Right, let me get some light on it so we can start to remove these car parts. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get this to something similar to Leroy. Now, it's a bit unfortunate that the engine isn't similar to it. However, we can see the engine and that's what matters. Remove the fenders. There we go. We're starting to get somewhere now. Trunk bay. Yeah, we're going to want to get rid of that. Wing. We're going to keep the wing because it might look alright. What's interior? Bumper. Oh, that's the rear bumper. Okay, we're starting to come to shape now. I just need to get rid of those stupid doors. I'm not sure which ones those are going to be under. It does have front glass. However, it looks pretty cool without it. We'll keep it on for now, just to see what it looks like in the end. Headlight bulb. We need to get rid of that, definitely. Engine bay. I think, no, we want to keep the engine. What am I doing? You moron. Fog lights. No, we want to keep that. Interior. Okay, it's starting to come together. That's the only downside to it, is that right there. We can see the engine, we just can't really see under it. But other than that, it's actually coming to shape. Now, some of you may very well say, oh, this is an absolutely terrible... Oh, there we go, that's what we wanted. Absolutely terrible remake. However, this is the best you can do on Forza. Trying my best. Oh, there we go. Now, I really need to get rid of the doors. Why are the doors still there? It'll be in here somewhere. Something about doors. I'm just missing it. Doors. Door jam. No, it's not that. Door handle. Oh, okay. For some reason it's classed as a door handle. Okay. It's getting there. I need to get rid of that rear glass though. Let's have a look at the rear. I tell you what, we'll sack off the wing, we'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of the rear wing as well. Then we can have it nice and flat like that. To be honest, we can possibly even get rid of that trunk bay as well. Now, as weird and as glitchy as this might look, I think that's the best we're going to get. On the front, we have the engine as an exposed. Now, it's obviously not the same engine as his, but it's pretty similar. That's the best kind of exposed engine we're going to get. And it's a Corvette engine, same as his, obviously. We have the exposed cockpit, the exposed roll cage. We have the 4 lights on the back. Now, they're not in the right position, but again, I mean, it's the same as his, so... Now, oh, well, that's annoying. Can't drive an interior view. This is my attempt at Leroy. I'm really gutted about the engine. I was hoping it'd be a bit more inside the car, if that makes sense. Huh. I tell you what though, it sounds like it. I'll leave another clip on the screen again. I think I showed you this earlier. It genuinely sounds similar. Let's have another listen. I forgot to mention, I've also given this similar horsepower. This actually has 2,000 horsepower. I think his has just over 1,000, so it's a lot more horsepower. However, it's a lot more fun as well. That car's very dead. It's just a shame you can't really move car parts around, because I'd move those tail lights closer together so it was the same as the picture. I'd also get some twin turbos and I'd just place them on the engine as well, because that would make it a bit more accurate as well, wouldn't it? I was watching a few of his videos on going to the drag strip with this and pulling a few quarter-mile times. He was pulling about 166 miles an hour on average in about 8.4 seconds. So I'm going to see how long it takes me, in my version of his car, to get to 165 miles an hour. Let's have a look. That's it. Now, I didn't actually time that, and it takes me 6 seconds to get to 165 miles an hour. So his only takes an extra 2 seconds to get there, which, I mean, 2 seconds quite a while in drag times, but just out of curiosity, let's see how long it takes me to do a quarter mile, which would be... Now, as I said, hang on, let me just check. Quarter mile in meters. I think it's 400. Yeah, 402 meters. Now, if his car does it in, 8.4 seconds, let's see how fast I can do it. A quarter mile drag time. 402 meters, quarter mile drag time. How fast can I do this? That took me 8.1 seconds. So this is actually quite accurate to the actual car. I think mine pulls a lot better after 150. I don't think his would be going 240, 250 miles an hour like this. However, if this car manages a quarter mile in 8 seconds, and so does his, it's pretty accurate. Right, just as the last thing to do, let's go in a race. We'll get 11 other Leroys with us as well. So we can have a nice Leroy race. Where's a nice straight race? No, I don't want that one. There we go. If you can think of any other car that you want me to remake or have a go at remaking, please let me know in the comment section below and we'll have a go at it. Quite a lot of people actually have suggested to remake Leroy, and I've kind of been holding it off because it's really hard to remake, but I've given it my best shot and I say I've done alright. I think we've done an Alpha G GTR in the past. That one turned out actually pretty accurate. We've also done Mr. Bean's Mini as well. Right, what I'm doing now is I'm just going quickly through all the other Corvettes that are in this race with me, and I'm basically just removing random parts from their car. Okay, last one here. For this one, I think I'm just going to remove the tyres. So there's a car driving around with no wheels. There we go. Let's have some fun in this Corvette, shall we? Who have we got? There's quite a lot of them running around with just wheels, which is kind of funny. Oh, God. Go on, Leroy. Oh, he's doing well. Oh, I forgot it doesn't corner very well with these massive drag tyres on it. That car just looks bizarre. I'm actually going to stop and wait for a few of them because I actually want to see what they're in. He's basically just in a normal Corvette. Look at how messed up that one is. Jesus, this is fast. It sounds nice as well. I'm not disappointed with the engine sound they're giving this car. It genuinely sounds nice. Get out of the way, bench. No. Well, I mean, I quite like that car. Look at that car. It's literally just brake calipers. Those are some mental cars. This thing does not like to corner at all. Oh, forgot I can't see in that view. I am kind of happy with how it turned out. From here, oh, no, don't crash. From here, it looks pretty good. Apart from all the floating lights and everything. Well, I can't help that. The tyres look spot on. The rims are similar to his other rims that he has. It's just the front. We have an exposed engine. That's good enough, I suppose, but... Now, just for the fun of it, I've given Leroy a supercharger. A massive supercharger. Okay. That's not even controllable. I need to see if I can control this. Here we go. Oh. Oh, God! Ah! Oh! That is a wheel spin machine! Well, we've had our attempt at remaking Leroy. I mean, it's not very good to the point where someone will look at it and think, wow, that is a great recreation of Leroy. But I think it's close enough for someone to look at it and think, I think that's Leroy. The only down thing is the engine. I wish that was a bit more similar. I wish it didn't have all the blue all over it. I wish it had the turbos on it. And if it had that, and if these lights are in the right place, it may very well be a little bit better. Anyway, ladies, leave a like if you have enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't for more Leroy content. And I will see you all in the next video. Flat out the June. Winning!